Hi, welcome back to the Political Beat. I'm Pat Maloney with my colleague Chip Martin. 12 hours or so after a historic vote, the so-called non-confidence vote, which failed by an 8-5 margin. Chip, before you nod off, I know how tired you are because that was a long night. No huge surprise on the vote result. In fact, that was precisely what we'd predicted a few days ago in the Saturday's Free Press. But your thoughts on the vote, how it went?
I don't know, Patrick. You're always asking me questions. How do you think the vote went?
Well, I just told you it finished 8-5. Now I'm looking for some.
Yeah, but I want some intelligent analysis.
Okay, I thought that it was no surprise. I guess we expected the 8 votes, Fontana to abstain, and the 8 votes to support him and defeat the motion, and that's it. Party's over.
There was a surprise, however, a no-show.
There was a surprise.
No-show.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, Nancy Branscombe did not attend. What did you think of that, by the way, that she didn't attend?
Well, I don't think it would have made any difference, but given the fact that she was one of the people leading the charge to get Joe to step aside, it was a little surprising, and we only found out about it last night.
Okay, well, you cover City Hall with me. Would you have ever dreamed of missing that vote as a City Hall reporter?
As a reporter?
Yeah. I wouldn't have.
No.
Because that's my job, and that's why they call it a job. You go when it's important, and there's always a...
But the difference is, Patrick, we have full-time jobs.
Right.
At least for now.
Right, that's right. But am I wrong to say that there's always a reason to not be somewhere? And I'm not sure what the explanation is for Nancy's absence, but I thought it was astonishing that she wasn't there.
Well, it was definitely surprising, but the 8-6 vote, 8-6?
8-5.
No, 8-5 vote. You're the numbers guy, not me.
Right.
No surprise in that, as you said. We expected that motion not to carry the day. However, I think a statement was made. It's still a historic, where in fact it's in effect a vote of confidence in the mayor. And while he survived, he can't be too happy that it got this far.
No, I would agree with that. But I think a lot of people, the perception was, oh, he's lost control. This ship has sailed. He's a lame duck mayor. But to your point, I think this would be the crux of what you'd written in today's Free Press, was that it's not really the case at all. He's actually in fairly firm control, it appears.
Yeah, it appears, barring any unforeseen circumstances or developments that we're not privy to now. Who knows where this is going to go? This marks the end of this vote. I mean, they cannot bring this up again for another year. Who knows what's going to happen in the next year, however, and who knows? I mean, it's like the Rob Ford saga in Toronto. I understand that he's just cancelled his New Year's levy, which is a traditional function of mayors, and who knows?
But irrespective of your view on whether he should stay or go, is there some credit to Mayor Fontana that he was able to weather this storm, this considerable political storm, and he's still there?
Well, as I said in my column today, he's a survivor. He's gotten through this. He's had some rough patches. I'm certain that he hasn't enjoyed himself the last while. Who knows what's to come? Is it going to be smooth sailing from now on, or will there be more rocks, reefs, and red cards?
Yeah, I guess I give the guy some credit for being as tough as he is, and as resilient as he is. One of the things that was sort of a low point, I guess, last night, or one of the most heated points, was Councillor Henderson's comments. And before I get you to talk about that, we'll just show you what Councillor Dale Henderson, the Ward 9 councillor, had to say about the role of the Fontana 8, and then the uncharacteristically angry response of Bill Armstrong, who of course is not a member of the Fontana 8 voting bloc, to Henderson's comments. So here are those.
So what that means is we have an 8 government here. We have 7 opposition here. And we've been fighting every day, every minute in here until 1 o'clock in the morning on those issues. This issue is not about Joe. This is about the 7 wanting to get rid of somebody, hopefully, and we have 7-7, will do nothing for the 2 years. This is not what's happened. In the 2 years we've had, unbelievable changes have happened in the city. In 30 years, this is the first time 8 people in council are running the city. They are running staff. They're changing staff.
Honestly, I can't believe what I just heard. Yeah. You, sir, have insulted the others on council. 8 people aren't running this city. The council runs this city, not 8 people. You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. And it's an insult to the rest of us. We're not relegated to the back seats. We're here to participate, and we have, you want to talk about democracy? The point is, what was said earlier is so out of line with democracy. You don't come in here, you shouldn't be standing there saying that 8 of you are running the city. You don't.
So first, I mean, Bill Armstrong's response was pretty interesting, but I want to focus on what Councillor Henderson said about the 8. We're doing a great job. The 8 run this city. That is to say, the Fontana 8 voting bloc. That's a majority, slim majority on council that's pushed through the mayor's agenda so far. Your thoughts on what he had to say?
Well, it's pretty arrogant. Perhaps it's stating the obvious, but he then also slammed the other 7 as tax and spenders, not savvy in the ways of business, not doing much for the city, and he also managed to slam the media, as I read his comments, although they were quite colorful. And Dale does have a tendency to say what's on his mind, and without double clutching to think about perhaps the impact.
I wonder if the other members of that bloc might be thinking, oh boy, we kind of talked about this quietly, but didn't expect somebody to turn on the microphone and say it in public with the cameras rolling.
I
you know what I mean?
I liken the job to that of Joe Fontana's lawyer, Gord Cudmore, who's tried to keep the mayor quiet and to try to muzzle the mayor who likes to talk. Other members of council are probably feeling the same way with respect to Councillor Henderson, who manages to go off half-cocked or off the cuff, shall we speak, shooting from the lip.
Yeah.
Interesting times.
Would you agree that that was one of the more unexpected comments you've heard from a politician?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dale gets rather worked up, and he's you never know exactly what he's going to say, but you know it'll be something that may have some connection to what's going on before us, or it may not. This was over the top for sure, Pat.
Yeah, that was something else. And I guess where do we go now? This thing has been put to rest. The mayor has survived this non-confidence vote. He is the mayor of London. We're pushing forward into the budget season. Is everything just tickety-boo over at City Hall? I guess the answer would probably be no.
No, and I think a lot of people are expressing some concerns about, and they'll blame us for this, but the fact that this is attracted.
It's all your fault.
No, it's yours. Attracted national attention. Some of the doings of the mayor these days. I mean, we've seen it on Rick Mercer. We've seen it on This Hour's 22 Minutes. The national media is carrying it, and the comparison is being made in some quarters that other mayors who have not had quite as much serious as many serious issues to face have stepped down, and Joe manages to stay the course. It'll be interesting to see where we go with this story. I keep saying that. I keep coming back to it, but there's no way of knowing.
There's no way of predicting. It does seem very unpredictable. Yeah,
it's very organic, and it just sort of takes on its own life. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if there's more demonstrations against the mayor. We'll have to see if the events that he normally conducts are still going to go ahead as planned. We'll have to wait and see.
But I see that I think his Facebook page has been closed down. I can't remember the last time that he held one of his online town halls. He hasn't done a radio interview that I've heard in, I would say, months.
And last night he even told TV no comment when they asked him his reaction to this, and of course he doesn't get back to us. So how do you chart a course forward? How do you show your leadership as the head of a significant city in this country, and you are not talking to the media? I don't understand.
It'll be interesting to see how he reemerges, I guess. Just in terms of, answering Steve Garrison's calls, going on that show, maybe returning our calls once in a while would be nice. I'm curious to see how that would. Maybe after Christmas and New Year's, things sort of press pause, they restart again, and then you end up with a...
Maybe there'll be some New Year's resolutions on everyone's part. Who knows?
You're going to try to be a better person?
We're going to become a nice paper instead of a newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the plan?
I'm going to try to be a real reporter for once.
Would you?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be nicer to my colleagues.
Oh, nice. I'd appreciate that.
I'm going to start right now.
Wow.
Maurice Lamont, who does all the video work here and all the great editing, and I got together and we got you a Christmas gift.
A Christmas gift. How about a little bit of this, or maybe on the credits or something? What's the Christmas gift?
Right here. We got you something. We got you a great gift I think you're really going to enjoy. It's by a local author named Brian Martin.
It's a splendid Christmas gift. I'm so pleased. For $20, I think that's the best
It's your
gift.
very own copy of a book called Ernie's Gold.
What's it about?
I only read the back cover, but it sounds exciting.
It does.
By an author named...
Oh, there's a familiar-looking fellow right there, in fact. We got a nice close-up of that, Morris.
So, that's the book you can't give away that we have now given you a copy of.
Thank you so much. I feel so honored.
And where could one buy your book, Chip?
Oxford Books locally, or online, or through Chapters Indigo. But Oxford Books has a good supply, and they're a great bookstore, and they've been very good to me over the years. So.
Well, there you go. Merry Christmas, Chip.
Thank you. You're the best, Pat.
There you go, buddy. Well, anyway, thank you for watching, and we won't do another one of these before the new year, so Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2013.